Okay, so today we're going to talk about compound interest. Before we take our notes though, I want you to really kind of understand the difference between compound interest and simple interest. So you don't have to write this part, I just want to talk to you about what the difference is. So that way, hopefully as we're solving them, you'll understand why they have different formulas, because they are calculated differently. For simple interest, when we had simple interest, if I deposited $500 in my bank account, let's say it's a 10% interest rate for 5 years. 10% would be my ending balance would be $550. How much interest did I make? $50. So in interest, I would make $50 every year. If I put no more money in it, I would make $50 every year. So year 1, I make $50. Year 2, I make $50 more. Year 3, 4, and 5, right? That's simple interest. Compound would be if I put $500 in the bank, first year I end up with $550, so how much money did I make? I made $50 in interest, so my ending balance would be $550, same as the simple. But here's the benefit of compounded. In year 2, instead of automatically just getting $50 every year at that 10% rate, year 2, I'm going to take 10% of my ending balance. So 10% would be $55. So the second year, I would earn $55 instead of $50. So that would give me $605 at the end of year 2. Versus up here, year 1 I made $50, year 2 I made $50, that would be $600. Year 3, I'm going to calculate my interest based on $605. So do you see each year I'm actually making more money with interest? That's what compounded interest means. Okay? Let me do this. Okay, so now let's transfer over to our notes so we can figure out how to calculate compound interest. All right, so compound interest is earned both on the principal plus any previously earned interest. That's that example that I just showed you, how every year we would earn new interest based on our old balance. Okay? Think of it as you're earning interest on your interest. I'm earning interest on the interest that I already earned. That's why the amount of interest each year increased a little bit. And as you can see, our formula has changed. We have a different formula. Instead of starting out with I equals for interest equals, here the A stands for total amount. Total amount. What is that ending balance? It is the total amount at the end. What is that ending balance? What did we end with? I'm sorry?
Your shared screen isn't moving.
You can't see me writing on it?
No, I can see you writing. It's just like your hands are stuck on the screen.
Oh, it froze. Is it froze for everybody else at home? Yes, it's good, or yes, it's frozen?
Yes, it's frozen.
Okay, am I still frozen? Can you see my hand moving?
Yes, ma'am, you're good.
Okay, awesome. So A stands for the total amount, the ending balance. Well, the letter P is still P, so what does that stand for? That stands for the principal. And what is the principal amount? That's the what? That is the starting amount. The principal is my starting amount. Then we're going to take that principal and we're going to multiply it by 1 plus the rate. The 1 is just already calculated into the equation. So 1 plus R, which stands for my rate. And just like simple interest, in order to put the rate in my formula, what do I have to do to it? I have to turn it into a decimal. Very good. And then I'm going to take that number, 1 plus the rate, and I'm going to take it to the power of t. T still stands for the time in years. Still stands for the time in years.
It's Marley, it froze again.
Okay, so we were finding that we were calculating for the total amount at the end by using our principal times 1 plus the rate to the power of our time. So this is something super important down here. Unlike the simple interest formula, notice the compound interest formula gives you the total amount. It gives me the total amount, not the interest. It's not I equals. It gives me the total amount. Because it gives you the total amount, you have to calculate the interest. You have to be very careful. Sometimes the questions will ask you, what is the amount in the account? What is the balance after the time? That would be the A. Sometimes they might ask you, how much interest was made? To find out the interest, I have to subtract the total amount minus the principal. That will give me how much interest was earned.
Miss Marling,
Yes?
it's frozen again.
With $500 in the bank, and I ended my bank balance with $550, how much interest did I earn? $50. I subtracted those two amounts. Same thing that we're doing right here. All right, let's open it up. All right, here's the first example that's already done. That way you would have it there. But we are going to walk through, and we're going to do number 2 together so you can see how these steps will match up with the ones that we're doing, okay? Find the total amount in your account if you start with $750 at 7.5% interest, compounded for 2.5 years, 2.5 years. All right, we need to circle the word compounded. That's letting us know we have to use the compound interest formula. First thing, formula, substitute, solve. So we need to write the formula down. A equals P times 1 plus R to the power of T. All right, substitute in. A equals my principal, $750 times 1 plus, well, what is 7.5%, 7.5% as a decimal? If you didn't remember from yesterday, 7.5 divided by 100, 0.075. And we're going to take that to the power of 2.5 years. But, oh, Miss Marling, that's a decimal in my exponent. It's okay. We're going to let the calculator do that work for us. Yes?
If you need 2 years and then half, when does it make 2.6?
Nope, 2.5.
No, I think it's...
Because 6 is 6 out of 10. A year is out of 12.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Yep, these probably were on the math test. All right, so the next thing we have to do, we have to remember order of operations. I can't start multiplying or doing my exponents without simplifying my parentheses. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to solve the parentheses. 750 times, what is 1 plus 0.075? 1.075 to the power of 2.5. Now, once we get to this line right here, we can put it straight into our calculator. So those of us with calculators, I'm going to do it first with the Inspire. Then, for those of you at home, I'm going to show you how to do it on your calculators at home. All right. We're going to input this straight into the calculator. Do it with me. 750 times 1.075. Now, I have to get this decimal into an exponent. I know we're all familiar with this x squared, with the x squared, but is my exponent a 2? It's a 2.5. So, do you see the little caret, the little up arrow next to it? If I click that up arrow, do you see it makes my cursor into an exponent? Then I can type in any exponent I want. In this case, I need to type in 2.5. Hit enter, and there's your answer. 898.633 is what my calculator gave. Yes, the little up arrow right next to x squared. Because that's its name. That's the name of that symbol. Uh-huh. It's called a caret symbol. All right. If you get a whole bunch of decimal places, just write down the first 3 because that's all we need to determine the money amount. Money is determined by 2 decimal places. So what is going to be my final answer in money value? And 63 cents. Now, is this my total balance or is this the interest? I was solving for A. That's the total amount. How could I find the interest? Minus the principal from it, minus the 750 from it. Yes.
I don't get how you put this thing.
For those of you at home, are you using the Desmos calculator in Schoology or are you using the one on your phone? Okay, well, I'm going to show you on the phone. Nobody's answering, so I don't know if you're hearing me. All right. For those of you at home, if you're using a calculator on a cell phone, 750 times 1.075. And then if you see this little button right here that says x to the y, that means some number to any power, any exponent. I don't want to hit the x squared because that would be the power of 2. X cubed is power of 3. So if I hit the one that is only letters, then I can punch in any exponent I want. In this case, 2.5. I get a really big long answer. But if you see from the first problem, 0.633, I only have to go to 3 decimal places to be able to round it. Okay? So that's how you can use your scientific calculators at home. All right, let's do one more. I think we have one more before the end of the class period. Number 3, what is the account balance of an investment at 700, what is the account balance of an investment of $750 at 4.6% interest, compounded annually for 48 months? Yes. Write your formula. A equals P times 1 plus R to the power of T. Substitute what we know. My principal, $750, times 1 plus, what is my rate? 0.046. And what is my exponent? 4 years. Don't say 48 months. Take that 48 divided by 12 to get a year. Simplify my parentheses. A equals 750 times 1.046 to the 4th power. Now I can plug this into my calculator. A equals, you should have gotten 897.817, depending on how far out your calculator went. But I know money is 2 places, so I cut it off at 2 places and round. $897.82. The 7. Yeah, you got to round it up. Now, this $897, is that my interest I earned? No, it is the total account balance. How could I find the amount of interest? Subtract the principal from that. Very good. All right, take these notes and